Welcome back to the Rant. What's the word, YouTube, and welcome back to the Rant. I am D-Lace, and today we are about to talk about the NBC Sports Top 10 list that they just dropped today for the 2022 and 2023 season. And we're also going to go through what is my personal NBA Top 10 as of today. Now, I just want to put this out there. I just want to put this out there, y'all. Like, I'm the person, I usually like to rank my rankings, just based on players, regardless if they're hurt, healthy, or whatever the case may be. For the sake of this video, I will. And so players like Kawhi Leonard will not be on my list. Damian Lillard will not be on my list. Zion Williamson, Ben Simmons. Even though a couple of those guys I probably wouldn't have in my top 10 in general. They won't be on my list today. And yeah, that's how we gonna go. Players like Anthony Davis and all of that, they will be in consideration. Just because Anthony Davis did play games last season, so just because he was hurt or whatever the case may be, I still will take him in consideration. And really I'm gonna be real with y'all. Now for this channel, I'm not gonna really come at y'all and try to be so analytical with everything. I'm gonna obviously come with some type of stats with me, but really I'm not gonna really push it in y'all face like that, man. So first we're gonna go through what NBC Sports feels like is the top 10. They have Giannis at 1, Kevin Durant at 2, Joker at 3, Curry at 4, LeBron at 5, Joel at 6, Luka at 7, Tatum at 8, Butler at 9, and D-Book at 10. Off bat, I can tell you guys, I do not agree with this list. I do not agree with this list, man. I just don't agree with this list, man. I ain't gonna lie. This is not the top 10 players in the list. So, in the league, my top 10 players right now, we're gonna start off at 10. Right now, number 10 in the NBA right now, to me, is Anthony Davis. I had D-Book right there at first, but I'm like, you know what, man? Anthony Davis is really still top 10. I'm not gonna play with his name like that. He has been hurt. He has played pretty mediocre for Anthony Davis standards the past couple of seasons, only averaging like 23 points and 22 points in a season, and that is very unacceptable to be Anthony Davis. But at the same time, those stats does get him a 10 at 10 on this list. In years past, I might have had Anthony Davis as high as 3, 4, at some points maybe 2, but he has dropped all the way down to 10 on my list, and can drop more as the season goes on, or he can come up higher. The honorable mention at this spot was Devin Booker. I had Devin Booker initially at 10, but then I had to really start thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, I think Anthony Davis is still better than Devin Booker at this point. No slight to D-Book. D-Book will probably be 11 on my list if I was to keep going, but for number 10 is Anthony Davis. Jimmy Butler is number 9 on my list. Jimmy Butler has shown time and time again that he can carry a team to far in the playoffs. He's carried the Heat to the finals once. He's carried them to the conference finals, carried them to a game 7 against Jason Tatum and the Celtics. Jimmy Butler just continues to show that when the lights are on, when the lights shine bright, Jimmy Butler is one of the top players in his league. I don't want to call him a superstar, but he's like a step under superstar. He's like in between star and superstar. Now, will he ever reach superstar status? I'm not sure. If I had to guess, I would say no. But I kind of contradict myself, and I feel like we all kind of contradict ourselves when we say that, because he's done stuff that superstars can do, or that superstars do, but we never consider him a superstar, even though he has shown us time and time again that he can do exactly the same things other superstars can do. I feel like his season stats kind of neglect him from reaching that status. He's been averaging around 20 to 21 points the past couple of seasons. Those aren't really superstar numbers, but at the same time, the way he turns his game up in the playoffs, he goes up in points, rebounds, and assists when the playoffs comes. So for that reason, I had Jimmy Butler as a top 10 player at number 9. At number 8, now I feel like these next two is going to get controversial, man. At number 8, I got Jason Tatum. Young Boston Celtics superstar. Let me put that out there. These next list of people, these are superstars in the league. JT is undoubtedly a superstar in the NBA right now. One of the better players in the NBA, obviously at number 8. Averages about 27 points a game. Led his team. He 4-0'd KD and Kyrie in the Nets. He got past Giannis in the second round. He took out the Heat in 7 games. And his team put up a good fight against my Golden State Warriors in the playoffs. JT didn't perform as well as I thought he could have. He played very well. He played very, very well throughout the entire playoffs. But when it came to the finals, he kind of struggled a little bit. And if you watch the game, he actually got outplayed by Andrew Wiggins as well. So for that reason, and just because I just feel like, and all this is not just predicated on the finals either. I feel like just in general, I feel like these next players are just better than him. And that brings me to number 7. I know it's going to be a controversial one, but Morant, I have Morant at number 7, man. Morant has showed me that he is a superstar in this league. I'm not taking into account over the career, because when I have these arguments with my friends, they'll tell me, oh, Jason Tatum, or a couple of my friends, they'll say, Jason Tatum, he's been doing this since he got in the league, doing this, doing that, 7th, 3rd. And yes, but as of right now, Morant is better than him. When it comes to the teams that they both played in the playoffs, look at Jason Tatum's performance against the Warriors compared to Morant's performance against the Warriors. There's a world of difference. Morant averaged 40 points in the games he played. 40 points, you guys. 40 points as a point guard in a league where he was on a team where he was the predominant ball handler. He really had no one else that can create their own shots. He was creating shots for everyone else, making other guys look a lot better than what they may or may not be. He's only, 22, 23, maybe 24? His 3rd season league, maybe 4th. Like, nobody can do what Ja can do right now in this league. And if he stays healthy for majority of his career, Morant, one day he's going to be considered the best point guard in the league. Now, he's going to have competition with that man Luka. And Steph is he's still in the league. He's still doing his thing. So it's going to be tough to get that spot. But Morant is one of those point guards that has crazy potential to get that spot. Like, he's so good, he can still get better this year. His jump shot will be more consistent. You can see the way that he releases the ball, the way he shoots the ball, the confidence that he has when he shoots the ball. Morant is going to become a better shooter, more of a knockdown shooter. So for that and that alone, Morant is number 7 on my list. At number 6, we have Joellenbee. He's dominated the league at the center spot for the past couple of years. He really dominated for real since he got in the league. He upped his 3-point percentages this past season. He became a lot more efficient. He still was kind of banged up, but he still was healthy enough for my standards. I feel like people say he was a lot more banged up than he actually was because of the tight race at MVP, and just him being hurt those couple of times kind of messed up his chances at winning. But for me, for the most part, Joellenbee is pretty healthy. He's gotten in better shape in the past couple of years. He's starting to realize that the paint is where he can dominate. Then this past season, he started to get a lot more efficient outside the paint to bring his other game along with the 3-ball and the pull-up mid-ranges. Sometimes he does fall in love with the mid-range just a little bit too much. But all in all, Joellenbee is the 2nd best center in the league. And that's crazy to say because how dominant he truly is. But he is definitely one of the top players in the league. And I struggle with not putting him top 5, seeing that he's finished top 2 MVP vote in the last couple of years, and that he's one of the favorites to win MVP this year. And just going to be a dominant player for years and years to come. So it was tough putting him at this position, but Joellenbee is number 6. At number 5, we have undoubtedly the best player to play basketball, LeBron James. Now, LeBron James is 36, 37, just came off averaging 30 points, carrying the Lakers this entire season. They had a horrible season last year. I'm not going to say bad. They had a horrible season last year. We'll see what happens. We'll see what comes about it this year. But LeBron is definitely number 5 on my list. I'm not going to really explain that too much. I just feel like these 4 players above him have shown that they're just better than him at this point at basketball. That doesn't take anything away from him. He's still, in my opinion, and this is a new opinion that I've had in recent years, he is the best player to ever touch a basketball. He is better than Michael Jordan. He's the best player. We're watching the best player to ever play basketball right now. So we need to enjoy that and be honest with ourselves and tell our, bro, he's the best player to ever touch the basketball court. Like, we have to be real with ourselves. He's the best player to touch the basketball court. So LeBron is at 5. At number 4, I have somebody who has potential to be the best player in the league and one of the best players to ever touch a ball as well. And I got Luka Doncic coming off another crazy season, almost averaging a triple-double, averaging around 28 points, man. Averaged 30-point triple-doubles in the past. Carried his team to the Western Conference Finals this year, had to play the Warriors. Got knocked out in 5 or 6 games. Beat the number 1 seed in the second round. Just did a lot of crazy things, man. This is the first year they didn't have to play the Clippers, and look at how far they got. And with that being said, even if they played the Clippers this year, the Clippers look very good. But just in years past, it shows me that regardless of how the Clippers look, I still like Dallas's chances against them, man. And when you have Luka Doncic on a team, he has the same impact as LeBron. Maybe not that LeBron has had defensively when he was younger, but to see the floor, to control the game, to just be basically see the court as a chess match. Luka has all of that in his game. He got the killer step back. He got the handle. He plays at his own pace. You can't speed him up, regardless of how much you want to talk about his defense. I mean, Luka can match that with how good he is with the ball in his hands. So I think this year he's going to look a lot better now that he has somebody like Christian Wood with him. He has Tim Hardaway Jr. coming back. I like what Jaden Hardy can bring to their team. I feel like he's been NBA ready, in my opinion, since he was like a junior in high school. When I seen him hooping against Donovan Mitchell and Paul George and pro-am, or not even pro-ams, but just open runs, and just seeing his game and how polished he's always been. I like what Jaden Hardy can bring to their team, and they got JaVale McGee protecting the rim now. They still brought back one of the best 3-and-D players in the league, Dorian Finney-Smith. I just like the pieces he has around him, and I just like what he does as a player. And he's arguably a top 3 player in the league. It's just these 3 players, they just separate themselves to a point to the point where right now I just can't put Luka over them. But Luka is definitely number 4 on my list coming into this season, and I think that he is got to be one of the favorites to win the MVP. Even though he's 4 on my list, he's probably number 1, number 2 favorite to win the MVP this year. Number 3, we have the 2-time reigning MVP, back-to-back MVP, best center in the league, Nicola Yoakis, man. If y'all don't know this, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I feel like Jokic has potential to be one of the best centers to ever touch a basketball court. I feel like he's well on his way there right now. All he's missing right now is really a ring. He got the 2 MVPs. He's been leading his team into the playoffs and in tough playoff matchups for the past 4 or 5 years now at this point. So Nicola Yoakis, man, he's kind of, his 3-point percentage has kind of gone down a little bit in the past year or two. But we all know that Jokic can shoot the teams off the ball. We all know Jokic is a crazy playmaker as a point center. We know he's another player who sees the court as a chess match at the center position, which is crazy. He's dominant. He dominates anybody who's guarding him. He's a threat because he can make difficult passes to his teammates. Now he has Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. back. He has shooters around him. I just feel like Jokic, you can't argue this in my opinion. You really can't argue, man. Jokic, I got Jokic at 3. It's crazy. Because usually I don't have centers ranked up this high on my list, but really there's never been centers really who was worthy enough, honestly, to be ranked this high. But Joel and Jokic, they definitely pushed the bill with that. So I got Jokic at 3, and now number 2 and number 1. Call me biased all you want to, but at number 2 I got Giannis Antetokounmpo. I feel like on most people's list he's going to be number 1. They're going to usually say because he's young and he's done this, that, and the third. But I feel like right now, as it stands, Giannis is the 2nd best player in the NBA. We all know his MVP, Defense Player of the Year, Finals MVP. He's done all this stuff at such a young age. He's going to be one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball. I understand that. But right now, Giannis is not better than Stephen Curry. And a lot of y'all are hypocrites because any other year when somebody wins Finals MVP, y'all say, oh, they're not the best player in the league. They won Finals MVP. But when Steph wins it, you still want to give it to Giannis. So I'm going to give the best player in the NBA to Stephen Wardell. Stephen Curry, man, reigning Finals MVP, reigning Magic Johnson West Conference Player of the Year, 2-time MVP, only unanimous MVP to ever play in the NBA. He's the only unanimous MVP to ever have the accolade. Best shooter, best 3-point shooter of all time, best shooter of all time, best point guard of all time, top 10 player of all time. Stephen Curry, man, coming off a tremendous season. I know he had a really good season before when he was a scoring champion, and he led up to the play-in, and he had a tough loss against Memphis and the Lakers. I know that season, people say it was one of his best seasons, but I feel like this past season was one of his better complete seasons with the way he passed the ball, the way he defended. He's a very good rebounder at the point guard position. He's the best shooter, even though this is his worst 3-point shooting season probably in his career or in a long time. He still shot higher than most people in the league, but this was just his worst, you know. So it doesn't mean Steph is dropping off. Obviously, we saw him in the finals. We obviously saw that he's not dropping off anytime soon. So I definitely have Steph Curry as the best player coming into the league this year. He's the man to beat. He's the man everybody can be gunning for. And yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section about my top 10. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping on anybody in my top 10, even though I know I'm not. Y'all let me know in the comment section or on all my socials. Let me know if I'm tripping, man. Let me know what y'all top 10 players are. And we're going to keep doing this, man. We're going to go. I might do top 10 defenders. We're going to do top 10 point guards, top 10 shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, centers. We're going to do most likely to win awards. We're going to get to all that. But I just want to talk about my overall top 10 players of this season because NBC Sports dropped their top 10 today, man. So if y'all new to the channel, make sure y'all smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. And like I said, let me know in the comment section or on my social medias. I got Twitter and Instagram, my IMD Let me know who y'all top 10s are. And if I'm tripping on my top 10, even though I know I'm not, man. And we out. Welcome back to the Rant.